We'll very soon shift our attention to what is happening in Egypt, but before we do that, $1 billion package, is it necessary? Is America just trying to show off that I have enough to spend and get what I want?
That's quite an amount, but over the course of 24 years, since 1991, Russia has given Ukraine more than just $1 billion US, and therefore the visit
in the midst of conflict.
Yes, in the midst of conflict.
Is it a wise decision, a prudent one?
The Americans are making their stance quite clear, and the visit John Kerry carried out to Ukraine today was just to show solidarity to the democracy-seeking people who toppled Yanukovych. But it may backfire, just as Vladimir Putin has warned, because the main countries in Europe, America is not a European country. The largest country within the EU is Germany, and Germany hasn't spoken over the past 5 days since the man, abdicated his post as president. Therefore, the Americans will not get any wholesale commitment and cooperation from the Europeans in case it wants to take any drastic steps against Russia. And therefore, America is trying to fight someone else's struggle. That is why it will backfire, and he has warned them against that. And most of the factories in Europe are fed as a result of the natural gas that moves from Russia to those parts of the continent.
Right.
And therefore, the Europeans know so well that it's not a good idea to economically isolate a great country like Russia. And therefore, they are not in bed with the United States. The only two countries that would support the U.S., come with me, are their old allies, the United Kingdom and France, that seem to always be on the same page with the United States of America. But we should tread cautiously and treat the current crisis in a circumspect way so that things do not spiral out of control.
Let's turn our attention to Egypt now. The Armed Forces Chief Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi says he cannot ignore calls to contest for the presidency. Now, he had a hand in overthrow of Mohamed Morsi. Is he the uniting factor in here?
Unfortunately, Bright, I see Field Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi as a traitor, someone who stabbed Morsi in the back. He put you in charge of the most sensitive sector in the Egyptian government. You were in charge of intelligence, only to turn your back against him, and you have toppled him. Therefore, such a disunifier cannot be a unifying force around which the Egyptian people can stay. And therefore, I think what has happened in Egypt is a betrayal of democracy. Those people who thronged the Tahrir Square in 2011 to seek the overthrow of Hosni Mubarak have been disappointed by the international community. And rather than sitting with cool